Welcome to Rivonomics. I am Salahuddin. Let's start by clearing up a misunderstanding that causes a lot of confusion. When I talk about macro lens people and micro lens people, it sounds like I am dividing people into two groups. As if some people can see only the big picture and others can handle only the details. But that's not how human beings are actually built. Here is the exact truth. Every person has both a macro lens and a micro lens. The real difference is not whether you have them, it is which lens gives you more clearer, more powerful vision with less effort and more sustainability. And misunderstanding this is why so many people feel exhausted, misplaced, underperforming, or stuck in work and money. So today we are going to talk about what it really means to have both the macro and micro lenses. Why some people specialize naturally in only one lens, and why delegation isn't weakness, it is optical intelligence. Think about how vision works. You have two eyes, you can see near, you can see far. But if you have ever had your eyesight tested, you would know one eye is usually stronger, one range is usually clearer, one distance causes less strain. Just like most of us have a dominant hand, either being a right-handed or left-handed, we also tend to have a dominant eye. It means that the brain prefers the visual input from one eye when performing tasks that require precision. The brain naturally prioritizes information from that dominant eye because it processes visual input more efficiently that way. Our two eyes have slightly different clarity or range, a condition known as anisometropia. One eye may be a bit more nearsighted. It sees things up close more clearly. The other eye may be slightly farsighted and better at seeing things in the distance. That's why one range of vision is usually clearer than the other. The brain compensates for this when both eyes are open. Everything appears clear overall. But if you cover one eye at a time, you might notice that one eye performs better for distance, while the other eye is better for near vision. One eye is simply sharper and powerful than the other only in its specific role. Our mental lenses work the same way. Everyone can zoom out and plan. Everyone can zoom in and execute, but not with the same clarity or endurance. This is the key idea. Human minds are not single lens. Everyone has both a macro lens and a micro lens. The difference between people is not capability, but in which lens out of these two they have higher quality resolution and focus fatigue limit. Some people see far more clearly at the macro scale. Others see near more minutely at the micro scale. This is observationally and conceptually true. No one is just macro or only micro. No one is above anyone else. Roles are about strength, not supremacy. It is all about specialization, not superiority. Both must exist equally, but just not in the same role. Macro is strategy, leverage, systems, vision into wealth building. Macro lens is responsible for business models, monetization strategy, leverage creation, systems and automation, pricing structures, market positioning, branding, long-term growth, scaling, ownership, capital flow, delegation, marketplace psychology, power dynamics. When someone thinks through macro, they move from earning through effort into acquiring through structure. This is the shift from worker to owner, labor to leverage, time-bound income to scalable income, consumer to producer, survival to thrival. Macro is where money multiplies, wealth accumulates, assets grow, systems work for you. People with stronger macro resolution tend to see patterns quickly, collecting and connecting dots across time, think in systems and frameworks, ask where is this going? They are energized by strategy, abstraction, long-term thinking, designing structures. But here is the important part. Macro strength people indeed also have a micro lens. They too can execute. They too can handle details. But it costs them more energy. They tire quickly in minute, repetitive detail. They fatigue faster. They feel drained by monotonous, prolonged routine. That's not defect. That is optics. Now let's talk about micro strength people. Micro is equal to task, labor, skill, routine into work building. Micro thinking builds skills, productivity, task execution, daily routines, technical ability, operational consistency, customer service, work discipline, functional competence. Micro is where effort means results, time means money, personal availability means income. This is the world of employees, technicians, service providers, freelancers, operational staff. Micro does not build wealth, it builds dependence, survival, predictable income, stability, but not multiplication. Macro is equal to systems designer, micro is equal to systems doer. Micro learning people tend to spot errors quickly, work comfortably with detail, excel at execution, focus on immediate reality. They are energized by action, precision, repetition, tangible progress. And again, the crucial point, micro strength people also have a macro lens. They too can plan, they too can think long term, but abstract planning costs them more energy. They tire when direction is unclear, it feels vague, it feels uncertain, it creates mental strain. Again, not a flaw, just a different function lens. Problems don't arise because people lack ability. Problems begin when people are conditioned to operate mostly through their weaker lens. This happens when macro thinkers are buried in constant routine. Micro thinkers are forced into bigger picture strategy. People confuse the overall frame or situation with doing everything themselves. This leads to burnout, frustration, inefficiency, misplacement in work and money systems. And worst of all, people start blaming themselves for the structural failure of their own applied mismatch lenses. This brings us to delegation. Delegation is not about giving your role or work away. It means matching and placing tasks to the fitting lens with higher resolution. This is not avoidance, it is optical clarity. Delegation is often misunderstood as weakness, avoidance, lack, loss of control, laziness. But in reality, delegation is matching the overall tasks to the lens with higher resolution. Macro lens people delegates micro heavy work because for them the meticulous clarity is lower and fatigue is higher. Micro lens people delegates macro heavy work because for them structural clarity is lower and universal strategy and direction become jumbled and foggy. So, delegation is not avoidance or loss of control. It is suitably entrusted assignment to someone possessing the prerequisite capability. Every sustainable system, personal or professional, runs on three decisions. 1. Select. Where is my vision clearest? What work gives me the highest leverage? 2. Reject. What consistently drains my energy? What pulls me away from my productive or progressive zone? Third, delegate, outsource. What can someone else do with greater precision? What systems, tools, or specialists and experts can handle better? This is how macro protects vision, micro protects execution, and both remain thriving. Money systems reward placement, leverage, coordination. Money systems punish misalignment, overextension, overexertion. People don't fail financially due to a shortfall in their lenses. They fail because they misposition and misuse their weaker sight lenses. When you align your dominant lens, your role and your delegation choices, attempts finally converts into product and progress. Just as you are not meant to see everything equally clearly with just one eye, in that same sense, you are cognitively also not meant to perform everything exceptionally well with just one mental lens. Macro and micro are not contrasting lenses, they are complementary lenses. And success in money making and wealth building comes from knowing your strong clarity zone, respecting others' lens, complying and designing systems that collaborates both. Money flows best when macro thinkers design systems, micro thinkers execute systems, and both respects the other's expertise zone. You need both in equal measure. Macro framework is strategy, leverage, delegation, automation, scaling. Micro execution is work, skill, effort, consistency, results. Micro makes income. Micro is survival. Macro makes wealth. Macro is sovereignty. And remember, everyone has both macro as well as micro lenses. The wisdom is in knowing which one you have that is more sharper, powerful to perform in the best favorable manner. I'm Salahuddin, this is Rivonomics, and you are awakening.